Hello everyone, this is Phoenolf, and today we're back with another segment of drawing characters who wear the it crown or whatever we're gonna call it. Anyway, it's a very dusty day, extremely dusty. It's been like this since the entire morning. I came back home and everything's pretty much dusty. And it's still getting dusty, and I can still smell the dust in the air. No matter how well insulated this house is, you still get a lot of dust. Anyway, so how's everyone? I hope you all are doing well because get ready, we're going to be drawing another monstrosity today. And today, I don't know if I'm going to put the name in the title. So today we're going to draw this innocent lady and we're going to fuse her with wait a second. I wish I could say drum roll, but I don't feel like adding a drum roll. So we're going to draw this little guy or this big guy as well. If you don't know who this is basically a licker. A licker is a character found in the Resident Evil series. I wanted to do this because, since Resident Evil 2 is coming out, the remake, and everyone's just all excited about, I thought I would do something special as well. So, why not do why not draw lickerette? That's like the best way to start, like, to honor a Resident Evil franchise, right? I mean, it's all basically about abominations and monsters, so why not continue that trend with making lickerette? So, as with tradition, what we're going to do is we're going to use dices to determine the features that's going to be available in the character. So now, let's just decide what's going to be the immediate thing that's going to be added. So first off, I like the idea that I like the concept of the eyes. I like this concept. Let me just do like this. Okay. So I like this thing that's going on here. The whole concept of the brain. And we're hello, hello, and we're back. Let me just check on the recording. Everything's well. Okay. So for some reason it stopped recording. So I don't know where I stopped off, but I'm just gonna repeat what I just said. Um, I'm just gonna repeat what I just said. Let me just adjust the settings here. So I'm just gonna repeat. So what I'm going to do is I like this idea. So what we're going to do is the the confirmed thing is we're going to take the brain concept, the tongue concept, the whole extremities, the arms and legs, and maybe the exposed muscle structure. Maybe not. We'll see. And what's left basically is if it's going to have hair or not, if it's going to have this color, its skin color, or the muscle color, and I think that's basically it. I think there isn't much I can do in terms of like unique styles or anything. So what we're going to start with, let's just say the hair. So short, medium, long, and no hair. So we're going to use a D12 dice with the shortest, with no hair being the first three quadrants, and so on and so forth. The first three, whatever. I know how to number. So we're going to roll this now. And the number is 11. So long hair lickerette. So we're just going to write it here. So long hair as a must. Let me just check everything's going well. Okay. So we have long hair, large hands, leg. Okay, and then we'll just see. I'm just gonna put tongue. Okay, and then we have the. Okay, so what else? Brain exposed. Oh boy, expo. You know what? I'm gonna try something unique here. What if brain, and the brain stuff is the hair itself. So that should be an interesting combination. So we don't have to worry much about the eyes because it's going to be covered. Maybe we're going to try, maybe it's like a mix of like exposed flesh with the skin, with the muscles. So let's just say mix skin and muscle. Okay. So we're going to do that. Let's just take this. Let's just do like this. And then I hope this works. I'll just, where is this bad boy here? Let's just take it here. We're gonna erase it anyway, so whatever mistakes I made here, it could be like removed. Cancel. And let's just scale it down like that. Okay. If I start coughing randomly, it's because somehow the dust is creeping up on me, or yeah, it's because somehow the dust somehow still creeped up on me. It's still dusty somehow for some reason. It's winter, for crying out loud. Why is there still dust? So we have this concept over here, and since I drew Ridley last time with a very monstrous pose, I want to try something different. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain to you something called movements in drawings. If you are pretty much an experienced artist, I suggest you mute this immediately, because at this point I'm just going to be talking randomly or just explaining what I have known from experience so far. So let me just explain what is basically movement in drawings. So let me just think about this right now. Oh boy, I put myself in a precarious position. Anyway, so an example of movement is what you see here for Peach. Oh god, I blanked on the name. So what you see here is Peach. So if you notice closely, even though she's not moving, you still see some movement in her hair, some movement in the dress and such. That is conveying movement in a drawing. Sometimes it's difficult, sometimes you require like a lot of study and such. This gives the drawing a more dynamic feel. This makes it look like it's actually moving even though it's a still image. So what we're going to do is we're going to apply that to our drawing. We're going to make our lickerette have a more positive Peach-ish personality. Since Peach is a Peach, we're going to give lickerette that. So what we're going to do is we're going to give it plenty of movement. So what we're going to do is we're going to start off with the head. We're not going to give it like this. This form is not like final, so we're just going to put it like that. It's going to be looking at that direction, and let me just draw it like this to give myself like an idea of what's going on. And then we have the neck, and let me just do like this, the neck, and then like this, and let me just remember. Okay, so basically it's going to be grabbing the part of the dress. So we're not going to give it a long shoulder, so it's going to be like this, and then like this. So the hands is stretched out. It's grabbing the dress. So let's just do like this. And then we have the other hand also doing that. At this point, I really don't worry much of how is my drawing so far. I'm just going to see how this is going to be. This is important stage where you draw the stick figure, because this is basically like adding a foundation or structure to your drawing, so you could tell how it is, so that your brain could properly render how it's going to look in the end. So it's going to do like, so let's just say it's going to be drawing one part of the dress, and yeah, so it's going to be grabbing the other part of the dress. Let me Oh, crap. Ah, boy. Well, this is awkward. This is extremely awkward. It's been silent for too long to the point where I didn't notice. Let's just see if I can get rid of this thing automatically sleeping. Like I said, we're in constant control. We're in constant mode of like testing out crap. So if anything happens, it's because we're just constantly trying new stuff. So I just check a setting if I can just like remove that sleep mode. I honestly don't know at what point it stopped. I might have to like check again and see what point did it stop. Anyway, if you suddenly see this, we're basically slowly working on the pose. So let me just get this going. Okay. Some transistor music might help, at least with the recording, to prevent it from like sleep mode on its own. So I just slightly turn that down. I need to check on the recording constantly. This is not funny. I need to remind future me to check on the recording to remove all like annoying parts. Anyway, so we're going to make this smaller one more time so that we can apply the last final adjustments. Let me just make it a bit more smaller than that. Okay. So the leg is looking a bit longer than expected compared to the hands, like I have expected. I'm just gonna do it like this. And I'm just gonna a tad bit like that and then like that. So Lickerette is a showgirl. She's gonna be like that and then she's gonna be like that on her tippy toes. So let's just explain what's going on. I'll just do one more movement just to place her at top. Let me just check on the hands, the arms, and everything. One more time to make it smaller, to make it more manageable. Okay, we're gonna do like that. The arms and legs look a tad bit short, so we're just gonna do like that. We're gonna extend it a bit. Make it like this. Okay. Some parts are gonna be not drawn. What can he do? I mean, like, the main part is the whole entire energy. So let me just explain what's going on right now. So, if you notice how I positioned the leg, you notice that she's doing like this. So her whole entire body momentum will shift to this side. It'll be like this. But in order to balance that, you have to have some body parts going the other way. So you have this and then you have this. Funny enough, this is somewhat enough to balance it, especially if you're gonna be like in high movements. So if you did like this for like a short while, you have to do something to counterbalance that. So you have this part that's going like this far, and then you have this part that's touching the ground, but at the same time having other parts that's shifting to the other side. So in some way creating a form of balance. And okay, so right now the whole entire balance is on this tiptoe. From the front face to the nose, to the hand, to the hip, to the leg, to the toe. That is coincidence. That is really interesting coincidence, huh? Even I surprise myself sometimes. Anyway, so now we have the general idea of what's going to happen. So now let's draw the face before we go in with the full detail. Okay, no need to derp. Okay, so we're gonna close in and let's just add another raster layer. We're gonna make this somewhat transparent. Let's just see what's next here. Let me just check on the recordings and timings. Right now we're hitting at the 18 minutes, close to 19-minute mark for the audio recording. 18 minutes and a half for the video recording, so basically all is well. And okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to draw like this. Let me just draw it a bit lighter, and then we're going to draw it like this, like that. Let's just draw it a bit looking up because she's having a fun time. She's just having a ball. We're not going to worry much about how the face is. This is just basically for me. So like this, like this. What I'm basically doing is the eye, the distance between the two eyes is basically one eye apart. These lines I'm placing is for the eyes. To be more specific, the pupils. And the distance from the eyes to the nose is basically, I believe, 2 eyes. So what I'm going to do is an arc from here to here. So now we know where the nose is. Even though I'm not going to draw the nose. Do I have to draw the nose? Nope, this is all membrane. So basically, let's just say this is where the membrane starts. This is where the mouth starts. And this is where supposedly the jawline starts. Let's just check one more time. It has no jaw, but we're going to give it one. Let's just give it a smaller jaw. It's not supposed to look pretty. It's supposed to look like an abomination. So its proportions is gonna be quite crazy. And I'm proud that the video that I uploaded before of lickerette did not drop, nor was copyright claimed. I'm happy. I'll just see how long this goes before I can milk it and see if I can take advantage of anything. Anyway, so the neck is, we're going to take advantage of the neck and make it just somewhat longer. It's going to look creepy. It's supposed to look creepy. So now it's going to look like this. And we have the shoulder going like this. And then like that. And then like this. We're not going to draw in full detail. We're just trying to get an idea. And then we have the large claws. Let's just check. Yeah, it just gets bigger and bigger at this point. So what we're going to do is it gets bigger, and then when we reach here, the claws, let me just check. It's just a large base, so it's going to be like this, like that, and then like, let's just push it like this, and then push it like this, like that, and we have the other finger that is gently touching the dress, which is like this. Of course, let me just check. Yeah, it's gonna be quite long. We're gonna figure out what happens here. And then you have the other hand, which is gonna be at the back over here, grabbing the dress. We don't know how she's doing this. Let's just say magic. And we're gonna drop the brain, the crown over here. She's the belle of the ball. Ridley's the prom queen. Let's just do like this, and then like this, and then it just gets extravagantly large, and then like that. This. Let's just check. Does it work? Nope, it does not follow normal. Extremities. Let's just do like this, then like this, and then it just goes from big to small. And then we're going to determine the differentiating here. We're going to place it here, okay, and then at some point here, okay. So she's like having a ball. She's like this. So we're going to do like this. And let's just check here. Like this, like this. So this is where the hip's gonna be. This is where the hip bones are and such. Okay. And this is where the rib cage is. So basically we have this nice line over here. We're gonna do like this. We're gonna do like this. It's a muscular creature, so it's gonna have quite a large body. So then we have the leg over here. Let's just check on the leg. The leg is quite muscular. So let's just do like this. Let's just do like this. And then like this. Now let's just repeat. Let's just check. It has like a normal leg structure, so it's gonna be like this. You know, a normal leg with large spikes coming out from it. And let's just add another one and then adjust it accordingly. Okay. And then, so she's gonna be standing on her tippy toes. We're gonna start here instead, just to get an idea of how it goes. Then like this, like this, like this, like this. Now we know how it goes. Then we can just normally draw it. Normally draw the thigh muscle, like this. But just admire this beauty. Let's just take a moment to admire the eventuality of this beauty over here. Just imagine this in motion. Just, you know, imagine like you want to go all have a nice time, and you just see this just dancing around. Oh boy. And let's just add these spikes. Okay, so now we have I'm starting to realize that I'm going to love this much more than I should. So let's just add the all-important part, which is the mouth and the brain. We're not gonna draw an anatomically correct brain. We're just gonna draw some spaghettis. So I'm just gonna erase this part. Let me just make this smaller. Let's just go back here again. Okay, so why am I erasing the jawline? This is kind of important for people to learn in terms of like expressing proper emotions while keeping the face properly in proper anatomy. So when you open your jaw, it goes in an arc, and when you draw a character that's opening its mouth, you can't just really rely on using the same way to draw jaws. Like if you draw like this and then you draw the character screaming, it's not feasible that the top lip would be touching the nose while screaming. No, the top lip does not move. It's the lower lip that moves quite a lot. So when we draw like this, you have the top part, which is like this. So since she is smiling and happy, we're gonna draw her smiling like this. We're gonna draw one of them signature enemy smiles. I'm gonna draw like this, and they're gonna draw like this, but with a special surprise of the tongue being like this, since she's in really high motion. Oh crap, okay. So since she's in really high motion, and if you notice the tongue has a large tip, we're gonna draw like this. And then like this. Okay. And then let's just draw the line just for fanciness sake. Okay. So, you know, let me just make it a forked tongue. Let's just do like this. Because why the hell not? And then let's just go back again. So notice how before now the jaw is closer to touching the shoulder. So the wider the more the character screaming, or the louder the character screaming, the wider you have to draw the jaw. So because with the skull, the top part is not really connected to the lower part. It's connected through like muscles and ligaments or whatever. So the lower part of the jaw is not really connected to the top part. These are two separate skeletons, which is why when you see people like acting out like Shakespeare or whatnot, you see them holding the top part, which has the upper lip or the upper teeth. The lower teeth or the lower jaw has its own thing. So now we have that. Now we know what's going to be happening here. Let's draw in the dress. So the dress is the main component of this artwork. So it's kind of important to get this right. So if you notice the movement here, you have the shoulders facing this way, the legs facing this way, but the face is facing this way. So what we're going to do is it's going to be grabbing the dress. I'll just do like this, and I have yet to play Transistor. I have to play it. It's a very beautiful game. So one of the things you have to learn about clothing and such, you need to know how it moves. You can't just draw a curtain like this, and then like this is a curtain, and then you draw it like this, and then you call it done. No, you have to understand how it works. So like if somebody, I don't know, tosses a log into the curtain on the side, you have to draw it like this. So this is the log, le log, and then the curtain reacts to it. So you have to draw it like this, and then like this, like this. Of course, this is not appropriate, but you have to learn how to draw things dynamically. Don't draw it statically. So it's holding the, let me just create a separate layer so we can have a better understanding. Wait, did I? Okay. Well, let's just draw the brain and the membrane. So it's gonna be like this, and then I'm gonna draw the divot here, a point here for the brains. Okay, and then we do like this, and then like this for the brain. Spaghetti mesh, whatever. No, I'm not saying that, sir. I'm not saying that. Not saying that word. No. Enough people have said it. Don't ask me what. You know what it is. So we're gonna reduce the transparency over here. We're gonna remove this. We're gonna put it back just in case for the last part. So now we're gonna draw the dress. So she's a party girl. So we're not gonna draw all formal and stuff. We're gonna draw like a dress that's fit for her movement. So keeping in mind the hands, which is like this. So like this. Like this. And then like that. Okay, so it's grabbing the dress from here. So we're gonna draw the dress being grabbed. So it's like this, and it's reacting. So it's gonna be like this, and it's gonna be reacting to the movement. So it's gonna be like, so let's just see here. So remember that we have the foot going from here. So we have the dress reacting to it accordingly. So remember to think things in 3D. You might see this as a 2D image, but you have to remember that the leg is a cylindrical object. So this dress is going to wrap around it, and it's going to, remember this is the right, yeah, this is the left leg. But since it's going to be, so let's just draw it like, let me just show you what I mean. So the dress in its resting state is resting state. So the dress in its resting state will be like this. Okay? Of course it's gonna have its frills and whatnot. So let's just draw the dress in its resting state like this. Okay? And when the leg moves up, which is this part, it's over here. So the other part moves accordingly to that movement. So you have like this. So now it's going to become like this. It's going to be lifted. And the rest of the dress is going to react accordingly, which is, let's just add a bit more movement. So like this. And then it's going to be like this. And then like this. We're going to add the frills later on. We're just trying to understand how the dress is going to work. So then it's going to be like this. Since there's like a good amount of space here. Just check out the recording. We are at the 35-minute mark for the audio. I have to do this to check if it's not sleeping. And for the recording video, it's approaching the 35-minute mark. Just give me a moment. Remember to drink water, like a lot, not a lot, like from time to time, to not dehydrate yourself. It's kind of important. Also, remember to move from time to time. It's not really good to draw for like a total half hour not moving. Anyway, so back to this drawing. Wait, let me just save it. Save as. We're gonna name you Lickerette. And we're done. So just in case if this crashes, it's gonna be saved. So remember that we have the body to take account into. So the body is going to be like this, and then it's going to be like this. So it's going to have this huge hip area, mainly because of the muscles. So the more you train the muscles, the more it becomes dense. The myth of fat becoming muscle is not true. Fat is basically energy stored in your body. So, we have this part here, and the dress is usually resting on this part. But now, since there's like sudden movement, it's going to become like this. It's going to be filling the sudden empty parts, and it's going to be reacting like this. So, let's just see here. Let's just draw the legs accordingly, like this. Okay, and then you have the legs that's like this. We're gonna give her some form of shorts and everything, or like add another layer in the dress or whatever, and then like this. Let's just show that she's actually standing on her toes or claws or whatever, like this, like this, like this, and then like this. Okay, and then we're gonna do like this. Usually if you want to show a bit of flair when it comes to drawing, sometimes you have to like add movement to the shoulders, which I don't know, but I feel like it adds a bit more of emotion, because if I drew the shoulders like down, you wouldn't feel emotions. Like usually, like when you get scared, your shoulders tense up. When you want to throw something, when you want to throw something, you move your shoulder. When you want to draw something, you move your shoulder. This is a tip. When you want to draw long lines, I can't really do this now because I have such a small tablet. But if you want to draw smooth lines, don't use your hand, because usually, if you notice, you have this like these small imperfections. But if you draw with your shoulder, you have the smooth line. You can't do it with your hand because you have such a small distance, and even from here you could notice how like it's odd. But with the shoulder, let me just show you. it's more possible to draw smoother lines. Like I said, I can't do this with a small tablet, but you get the idea. So let's just slowly add in more details. So this is a party girl, she's a party girl. We're gonna be relying on some of the designs here. We're gonna do like this, like this. We're gonna add like a short sleeved dress like this. Of course, we have to have some features of the old dress, which is that. And then we add the crown, which is over here. This is the crown. Let's just draw a pretty head as a placeholder. So this is the this is the pretty head. That's going to be the crown. This is the face. That's going to have the tongue and everything. And then we're going to draw like this. Remember how the shoulder muscles work and how all the muscles work if you want to have a more realistic design, especially if you want to draw the more muscular characters. I'm still learning how to draw muscular characters, or in this case, how to draw the muscles in the arm. So I'm using basically these abominations to take advantage of my weaknesses. So just a little advice, just because you don't know how to draw something, don't really take it as a negative thing. Take it as an opportunity to see how can you use it in your advantage. So like, I can't draw hands properly. I use it as a means of drawing abominations. So let's just see here. Let's just remove these parts because they're not being seen. Okay, so this is basically how it's going to be in the end. Doesn't even matter. So we're just gonna draw the brain like this, and then we're gonna draw the tongue. So I'm gonna be using my hands because this is a short distance. It's not really long. So like this, a forked tongue, and then like this. And then we zoom in just to check, to draw the membrane, which is seen here. Fortunately, we don't have to really draw the nose, which is nice. And then we're gonna draw like this, and then like this. This is a loose membrane, so like this, and then we're gonna push it here. Checking the time, we're doing well. Let me just do like this, and then just, you know, like spaghetti. Let me just draw dots over here. Nobody would notice, you know. It's gonna be our little secret. Okay, guys? Promise you won't tell anyone, okay? It's gonna be our little secret, okay? So now we're gonna draw like this, the teeth, the adorable enemy smile. This is the fun part. Nobody would know if she's smiling or if she's in constant anger because of her cord form, which is beautiful. And then we draw the shoulder. Let me just look at this beauty. Yep. Oh, this is lovely. Oh, take pleasure in what you draw. Even though it's going to end up being a hot mess, just enjoy it. Because I know sometimes you need to draw and you want the drawing to come out perfectly. Just remember, it's like, sometimes drawing is an experience. You are applying emotion into a form. You're giving emotion a form. You're giving an experience a form. Hence what we're seeing now. So now we're going to do our final step. I'm gonna remove this part. So now we see this. So let's just do it like this slightly. And that and that. So now we're in the final phases. Right now, let's just do it like this, okay? We're going to, wait, just give me a moment. Squeaky chair. Just give me a moment to stretch. It's kind of important to stretch because if you don't, you'll get a major headache, because headaches are the result of the head not moving for a fairly long while. It's basically so the head is connected to the body via muscles and neurons, nerves and such. If you don't move these nerves for a very long while, they get stiff and you get a massive headache. Like the last time when I drew Redliette, I woke up with a bad headache the next day. So even though you're trying to get this done, remember to stretch from time to time, which is kind of important. Even though you make your living out of drawing and you have to finish a lot of drawings, you have to remember that health comes first. So now we're going to draw the first things first. We're going to draw the crown. So we're going to start off with that. So let's just start like this. Let's just check on the crown. It's basically the default crown, so it's gonna be like this. Like this. Up, down, up, down. It's basically like two N's or an M connected to an upside down V? Like this, like this, like this. Draw the ones in the back. I don't know if I can draw it pretty over here. We're gonna draw the hair after we're done. Maybe like really active hair or something. Let's just finish the face. And then we're gonna draw the brains. And then over here, let's just draw it a bit larger. Like that. Stop. So we're going to draw the tongue. And then the membrane over here. And let's just zoom back, zoom. And then like that. It's gonna be curving back, so it's gonna be like this. When you draw objects, it's kind of important to think ahead on how it's going to go, because since she's shifting her head and she has a tongue this long, the tongue is going to react based on her movement. So the tongue's going to be following her direction. So she's like turning, the tongue is going to follow suit. So if you show this kind of movement, you're showing like active dynamic movement, or the image of a movement. I can't tell if the professionals or people who draw are banging their heads constantly on a near surface on the amount of mistakes I'm making, but I've been drawing for 9 to 10 years. I'm still making mistakes. I have the right to make mistakes. I want to learn. And I'm going to use that excuse till it's no longer valid. So we're going to do like this. I find it hilarious how this started as a cheerful enemy smile. Yep, okay, got that enemy smile back. And one thing to those who want to draw enemy. For when it comes to mouths, base how to draw mouths on realistic. Don't get lazy and keep the mouth constantly inside the face. At some point you're gonna create a gap. So like the front face, let's just do like this. So when the face is like this, the mouth is going to be around this area. But when it comes to this angle, you're gonna see some separation over here. You're gonna see some separation over here. So rely on how to draw mouths realistically, not how the people in anime or anime, I don't know. Because fun fact, nearly every anime artist and nearly every cartoonist, illustrator, they all learn their crafts by drawing real things. So if you get used to drawing stuff from the real world, you're pretty much guaranteed to have a mental reference of how mouths work. So we're not gonna draw it completely. We're just gonna draw like a series of lines for the membrane. And I'm not sure what to do with the face or the entire body, because you have like muscles and you have like the skin here. I might just go for the in-between. And let's just draw like this. You know what? I'm just gonna draw the skin and just draw a lot of lines indicating the muscles. And let's just draw the... So this lickerette is pretty much a buff girl. Just gonna draw like this to indicate the the chest. Yeah, fun fact, I don't know how to draw these. I'm just gonna go crazy and just gonna go whatever feels right and just go with whatever looks right at the moment. And just gonna draw the chest over the medallion over here. Okay. And let's just draw the hair, which is basically gotta be a series of spaghettis. So like this way. Just gonna be... It's gonna be a series of membranes. It's not gonna be really colored in. But if I'm gonna have to color it in, I might have to just like rely on actual brain color. And just gonna do like this. Now notice how I tip off when I reach at the end. I just basically glide it away. It's like this. This does not come easy. This usually come in like after days and days of using nib pens. Actually not days, even months, years, god damn it. And then like this, a couple more to show more movement, just to be safe. Okay. And then we're just gonna draw our little secret here. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna notice. Nobody's gonna pay attention. This is gonna be our little secret. Because once I'm done, they're gonna see, holy crap, what is that? That's their reaction. That's basically how the reaction is going to be. Let's just do like this. Let me just check on the recording. I just saw a long moment of silence. I just freaked out. Okay, so we're at 53 minutes. 53 minutes. Yeah, 53 minutes. And that's for the audio recording. For the video recording, we also reached 53 minutes, which is good. This playlist is lasting quite long. I'm impressed. I'm happy. Makes me feel reassured that I don't have to worry about choosing the next song or the next playlist. And they're just gonna give it a large nub because that's how it works, I guess. And then like this. And then we're gonna draw. So it has 4 fingers. I'm basing off my memory from my GameCube, playing, because last time I played a Resident Evil game is like around the Wii days. Wait, Resident Evil 5. Was it Resident Evil 5? I don't remember. I recall playing it with my cousin. I forgot where was it based around or based off. I only remember a pretty female character that you can play as. But in any case, when we bought Resident Evil 2 on the GameCube, I pretty much freaked out. My cousin played it and I pretty much freaked out. I can still remember vividly when the licker showed up for the first time and I just hid behind a table. And I'm just gonna draw the muscles for the shoulder, the muscle for the arm, and just go large over here, large nib, large chip, and then like this. Wait, let me just go a bit closer here so that the program won't say it's like, oh, this is not a connected line. And then like this. And then we have this one that's somewhat far away. And then we have this part which is grabbing onto the dress. And then we have this part, and then we do like this. Anyone who played Transistor, what's your experience of the game? Because I asked a lot of people and they say it's a beautiful game. And I gotta agree. Because I played like some parts of it, I still have to complete all of it. As I look on my large list of games to finish. Yeah, that's amongst the games that I have to finish. And we'll just take a moment to drink water. Okay. I like the gameplay. I tried the gameplay. It's interesting. Of course, then again, I'm never good at RPG turn-based games. The only RPG game that I like that's turn-based is Disgaea. That's just because you could brute force your way through the game. You could just overlevel and just that's it. You could just pretty much decimate everything. And now for the main part, which is this one. And then what we're going to do is, and then we're going to continue on like this. Before I continue on this part, let me just draw the under part, which is the frills. This pretty much saves me from drawing this part. Let me just draw like this. And just like draw the frills. And then draw like this. So, like I said, when you want to draw something and you want to be lazy about it, you usually have to plan. You have to plan something in order to be lazy, or work hard to be lazy. Like sometimes adding a detail that would cover detail that would save you a lot of time, even though you spent more time working on the detail to cover that detail. And they could just go on like a series of chains of details to cover the rest of the details just because you're lazy. So like I say, work hard to be lazy. Or was it? Yeah, so work hard to be lazy, because that's how we got computers. That's how we got a lot of like devices, because computers or a lot of the devices and services we got are the result of people saying like, I don't want to do this, I wish there was a service or something that did this. I'm gonna make it. And so they made it. And I'll just add like lines over here like this. Yeah, because that's how we got music, that's how we got video games, that's how we got a lot of things. That's how programming advanced. Like, that's how programming advanced. That's how we got Java. That's how we got like that K word that I don't like to say that rhymes. Okay, Kotlin. That's how we got Kotlin. Kotlin is basically an advanced version, a more recent development of Java. That's my experience with it. I don't like Kotlin. I never liked it. Like, I'm Python all the way. God damn it, I love Python, but I could see potential in Kotlin. I could see how it can benefit a lot of people. As companies are slowly pushing for Kotlin, I think. I don't know, maybe. I prefer Java. I prefer Python over Kotlin because I've worked with Python before. Let me just check. Yeah, I think this foot is really large compared to that foot. But anyway. And then we're just gonna push it over here. And then we're gonna draw the frills like this. Like this. Continue on like this. Let's just add. So remember how clothing works, especially clothings that are drapings or long dresses and such, because how they move, if you want to draw movement or if you want to draw like clothing being draped on or being placed on an object, you have to understand where is the force being placed on or where is it placed. Because if you notice, the dress or some part of the dress is like this, so that means the dress is going to be draped over the leg, so that means it's going to be dropping over here, so that means you can't just draw like this. It does not make sense, because that means there's a force pushing it there's a force pushing it from there. No, so you have a force from here, so that means you're going to draw it like this. So like a curved line. Don't draw it like this. This does not make sense. This does not happen. So if you draw it like this makes more sense. This is more acceptable. So since there's movement and everything, let's just complete this line. Let's just draw it like this. Trace the leg. And then add like that. And you have a completed. Let's just remove all the... there's our showgirl. Let's just draw like this. One more like this. Add lines like this. Let's just show she's actually pinching the dress like this. This shows that there is tension being applied at this point. And then like this. If I'm wrong, oh well, I'll learn. I don't know if this can be considered an abomination or just a really happy girl. Oh, whatever. So, let's start with the coloring, or let me just check on the mistakes over here. I think we're good. Let's just take... Okay, we don't want that gone. Let's just tighten up some areas. Remove vector eraser. We're gonna be removing some mistakes, and we're good. And I hate it when you get phantom feelings like something's on you. That's annoying. So let's just do like this. Okay. One more check. And we're good. Okay. So now, let's see. So this is basically all muscle and this is basically all skin. So what we're going to do is we're going to take you. No, we're gonna go here. Okay, so we're gonna save. We're gonna go over here. No, this. Let's just choose a darker color. Okay. And then let's just choose a good meat. Light meat or dark meat? Let's go with the back meat. Oh, I can already tell this is gonna come out a good color. So let's just make it larger. Let's just see how this would work. Let's just reset the settings in case if I messed with it too much. So let's see, the result is, I guess this color? Oh well, I can't complain. And for the brain, let's just go a bit closer. Let's just choose a part that's not affected. A bit lighter. Okay, this seems good. Let's just check if it works or not. Let's do like this. Okay. And let's just do this. Let's just see how this works. Yeah, okay, seems good. And let's just do like this. Like I said, nobody will notice. This will be our little secret here. And the void of black, void of black painting for the mouth as always. I'll just do like this. And then drop the paint. We're not gonna focus on it too much. Usually I like to paint the teeth white, but seems that's not possible. And the tongue will have this color. Ooh, bloody! Let's just reset the settings because I don't like how this worked. Let's just do like this because apparently it's not playing nice. Let's just delete this layer. Duplicate. And then rasterize. Okay. Let's just do like this. Okay, we're good. That's good. Like this, like that. Let's just choose the green color again. A bit more lighter color. That's a good color, I guess. Let's just check on the recording. So right now we're at the 1 hour and nearly 8 minute mark for the audio recording, and we're at the 1 hour and 7.5 minutes recording for the audio. Let's just do like this. No. Okay, so let's just go back to the color choosing. This one back. Okay. Okay, we're good. I'm just checking on the. Oh, come on. I guess I'm gonna have to make a different layer. I guess I have to do this. I'm still learning how to use this program, or learning how to use digital art in general, because I started off with traditional for like the first 7 years. This would be my second year drawing digital. And let's go back here for the membrane. Let me just check. Let me just see a good color. Maybe I could just make it, let's just see, lighter, like this. No, let's just, okay. No, that's not gonna work. Since it's the memory. Yeah, okay, this works. Okay, and we're gonna do like this. Let me just make it smaller. Okay. And we're done with the brains. Let's just go to the mouth. Dark colors. Does not work that way. Okay. And let me just apply this part. Okay. So now for the crown. We're gonna go for a bright color. Like that. I'll just take this color and do like this. Like simple touch-ups, and then go back here. Take the red. Very bright red. Go over here. And I believe light blue of the same caliber. Take this, and then we're gonna do some touch-ups on this area. Whew, okay. Now for the fun part. And let's just check on the claws. Yeah, the claws are somewhat colored. Ugh. We're gonna go over here. And let's just see how she comes out. Oh, beautiful. I'm sorry, but that is just beautiful. Let me just check on the let's just fill in the gaps. Sometimes I just find it amazing about these colors. Okay, so this one's not playing well, so I'm just gonna do it like this. Just save me the trouble of reworking on a lot of stuff. Save. I'm gonna check. Let's just check. Okay, so this is a good color. Let's just apply it. Okay, like this, and that. Let's just zoom in. Let me just check over here. Yeah, this makes sense. And we'll just take like this. She has a very pretty voice. It's like one of the... Do you ever just want to buy a game just to buy its soundtrack, or you love a game because of its soundtrack? I get this vibe from listening to this song. It's like, yeah, I'd buy this game for its music. Just a bit brighter. Okay. And we'll just take this. This dress is going to. I'm just curious to see. No, this works out well. This works out too well. I don't want to change it. I wonder if I can go deeper. Ah. Ah, the white on pink, it just works. What if I just made it really light? Yes. All of the yes. That's just beautiful. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Lickerette. And I'll just start removing some parts. Let me just take her and just move her in the middle. This is a happy. This is one happy accident. Okay, I can't take all of it. God damn it. Oh well. So I'm gonna do some final touches and then I'm gonna post it online. As for now, I'll see you guys later. This has been a happy accident with drawing Lickerette. I hope you enjoyed and stayed all the way to the end. If you did, why the hell did you do that? You wasted like nearly an hour and 15 minutes of your life watching somebody draw somebody horrible. Anyway, this is me signing off. See you guys later. Bye bye people. And remember, stay classy. Bye bye. I always said bye bye. Why do I repeat saying bye bye? This is not a good habit. I should stop saying